everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. We're getting ready for our winter themes, and we do these throughout the month of January. So today I want to share some ideas for your winter circle time. Now make sure to check out my other circle time posts also. I have several that are for fall, I have a gingerbread, and I have a Christmas in case you're watching these later and you're planning for your year. But today I'm going to be focusing on winter. First, let's talk about books. So I keep board books for my 2-year-olds because especially during the first half of the year, I find that it's easier for them to hold and I don't have to worry about them ripping out pages, and it's easier for them to also turn the pages. So I keep a basket of board books in the middle of my circle time. And if you've watched my previous circle time videos, you know that when I call the children to the circle, the first thing they do is get a book from this basket, and then they take it to their space, their little spot. They have a little mat they sit on, and they look at their books while I'm getting everything ready. This is a great way to transition into circle time. So these are some of the books that we are going to be using. And also we have paperback books that are on a book stand that we have available. Our 3 and 4-year-olds share our classroom on alternate days. So they use those books. So I keep those out. Plus our children do like to go over and look at those. We just have to watch to make sure that they are handling them carefully. It's something we're always working on. So I do have a post on my website that shares some favorite winter books, and I'll drop a link to that in this video's description. Some of these activities also work well with specific songs, and so I put all of our winter songs in my January playlist. This is on Spotify. I will drop a link to that in the video's description as well. And some of these I play during circle time, some of these I play during music and movement, some of these I'll just play like as we are having centers time, or I'll take it to the gym. We'll listen to music while we're playing in the gym or outside. We have music throughout our day, so you'll find a variety of winter songs in this January playlist. First, let's talk about our plain props. Now, again, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I love to have the children hold something. So I try to have just a basic prop that the children can hold while you're singing basic winter songs or reading basic winter books. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wintry snowflakes fall down to the ground. Make your snowflake fall down, 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 down to the ground. Shorter and shorter, the snowman's getting quite small. Make your snowman go lower and lower. He's melting. Only his top hat makes him look tall. So I have 3 here, and these are free on the website. I have the snowflake, and I have the mitten, and I have the snowman. So again, all these links are in this video's description. Snowflake, go in the air, go in the air, go in the air. Make your snowflake go in the air. Now it's going to come down. On Teachers Pay Teachers, we have a packet called our Winter Circle Time Props Counting Packet. And these are full of props that are all about counting that you can do during your circle time. We try to keep this pretty simple so that it can work with our younger preschoolers, and some of these will work with our 2-year-olds as well. And so this is an example. This is a mitten counting activity. So the mittens are different colors. So you're also working on colors, and they are numbered. So you can use these with songs that have to do with mitten counting. You can use these as a number matching activity. So you can make one set. I happen to put these, I have a little magnetic dot on the back. So these are on my little cookie sheet. I love this because I love that I can pick it up. Just a little cheap, small, miniature cookie sheet. And then you can make extra copies that all the children have. And you can say, who has a 1? And whoever has a 1 holds it up. Who has a 2? And so on. Or what color is the 1? What color is the 2? So there's several ways you can do this. You can keep it real simple, or you can add on. You might have, for older children, some pieces, some objects. Maybe you have some little wooden snowflakes or whatever. You can lay these out in the middle of your circle time, just like this, and then you can then have the children come up and help you put that many on there. So they'll put one of the pieces on the mitten with the 1, 2 pieces on the mitten with the 2, and so on. So I like to keep these as open-ended as I can because you can start very simple with your younger children and build as they get older.
Okay, close your eyes. All right, open your eyes. All right, close your eyes. All right, open your eyes. We need the number 2 back.
Also in that packet, we have numbered snowmen. So again, you can put magnetic dots on the back, or if you want to use a flannel board, you can put Velcro on the back. And you can use these with snowman counting songs, with books, or sometimes I just like to do a simple activity where I just hold it up and we do a little counting together. Let's count the snowmen, and then we count. And again, you can do this like with the mittens, where you can put it out in front of in the middle of your circle, and then you can have pieces and have the children help you put that many pieces on each snowman. Also part of our winter counting props packet, these numbered snowflakes 1 to 10. And again, you can just use this as a simple counting activity, but I like to use it with the song 10 Snowflakes. Now you see, I've got this little post-it note here, and I kept this here because I wanted to remind you that I always want to think I'm going to remember what songs I'm using for each of my props, and I don't. So I will have things like post-it notes on my board as I'm setting this up. I put this here to remind myself. Because there's nothing worse. You've got all your students here and you're getting ready to do something and you can't remember what song it goes to. Same with books. So I do like to keep little post-it notes for myself, or I also have wonderful little slips of paper in each of my bags where I've jotted down my notes on how to use these. If you can make it easier, go for it. So you have these here. Then what you can do is you can make an extra set so that each child has a number, and make sure that all the numbers are represented, and then they can come up after you sing the song and they can place their snowflake underneath the matching snowflake. And if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, if you have older preschoolers, you can have different amounts of each number, so that when you're all finished everybody putting their snowflakes on here, you can say which snowflake has the least, which one has the most. So that just adds a little bit more to the activity. How many are on this board? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, We also have these solid colored mittens, and this is a freebie on our website. And this is such another really open-ended activity because there's a lot of different ways you can use this. So first of all, you can just have a basic color activity where I put the Velcro tabs on the back to use on my flannel board. But again, you can put magnetic pieces on the back and you can do it on a magnetic board as well. And then what you can do is take it one step further. So you've identified all the colors. Then you can make extra copies. You want to make sure that you have enough for each of your students and that each color is represented. You hand each of your children a colored mitten. And then you can say, who has the red mitten? And then those with the red mittens, they come up and they put it down below. And then you'll just say who has the green, who has the blue, who has the purple, and they just put their mittens down. This activity also goes with the song Mitten Colors, and this is in my January Spotify playlist. In fact, that's what had me create these mittens in the first place. When I was doing online teaching a few years ago, I wanted to have visuals of the songs that we sang through the screen, and I just have kept doing that since then. So Mitten Colors is a cute song, and it covers each of these colors. So you can have these out and you can point to each color as you sing the song. And if you have passed out these mittens to each of your children as they sing the song, the children with that color mitten can hold it up while you're singing. A favorite with our 2-year-olds is anything that's jumping on a bed. And of course, we started with the 5 little monkeys jumping on a bed, and then I created 5 little pumpkins jumping on the bed, and those were so popular that then we put together a packet, and it's called 5 Little Friends Jumping on a Bed. And in this packet, we have different characters depending on the season or the holiday. So for this one, I put Velcro on the back. I just have it on a flannel board. Then I have Velcro tabs. So you just have to be mindful of the hook and loop so that it'll stick. So I put the 5 snowmen on here, and then you just remove a snowman as you sing the song. They love it. And we also have the plain snowmen that come with this too. So for each of the characters in the packet, not only are there numbered characters, but there's also plain characters. And that's so that you can make these into props, because anytime I can give something to the children to hold, it makes them more attentive. So I will just take these, they are already laminated. All I need to do is attach these to craft sticks, and then as we're saying the snowmen are jumping on the bed, they can make their snowman move up and down. So we do this with each of the characters in the packet. Not only are they the numbered characters, but they're the plain ones that you can use as props. 4 little snowmen jumping on the bed. Jump. And one fell off and bumped her head. Mommy called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more snowmen jumping on the bed. 1, 2, 3. Make them jump. 3 little snowmen jumping on the bed. 1 fell off and bumped. Many of you know that I helped create toddler activity plans, and these are different sets with different themes. And there is a winter set, our toddler winter activity plans packet, that has some activities that we will be doing during January. And one of the activities is this color snowman matching activity. So some of the snowmen are labeled and some of them aren't. So this is simple enough that you can do with your youngest, with 2 and young 3-year-olds. And I made it so that I took the ones that are labeled, they have the color word on each one, and I put them out in the middle of the circle. Then I took the plain, these don't have any words on them, snowmen, different colors, and I made sure that there was enough for each of my students and that each color is represented. We pass these out, and then we notice what color each of the snowmen are. And then what you do is you have them come up, and they can match their snowman to the same color. They can put it right on top, or they can put it underneath. Sometimes it's nicer to have them put it underneath if you're going to turn this into a counting activity. So you might purposely have a different amount of each color so that then, like, we could say which one has the most, which one has the least, how many green snowmen are there, how many purple snowmen are there. So if you want to add counting to this activity, make sure to put the snowmen underneath so there's a row. We have this snowman activity that is actually in our Christmas packet. So if you have the Christmas packet left over from your Christmas themes, pull these out. You could do these during the Christmas theme, and we've done that, but this also works really well for January. So there are different colored snowmen, and then you have the matching hats. So what I did was I made one copy of the hats, and the words, the color words, are written on there as well. Then you make enough copies of the snowman with the different colored accessories, and you hand these out. And then the children will come up, like we've been doing with the other activities, and they just match them up like this. Yellow. Purple. What color is Britta's? Blue. Green. Purple. Winter is a good time to talk about winter wear. And so I have a free printable that's on the website, and it is all about matching cold weather winter wear. So we have jackets, overalls, boots, mittens, and hats. And when I first created this, I thought about it being a table activity, something you put out on a table during centers time. But then I thought this would also be fun for circle time because there's so many pieces. So if you lay all these out, you have one set that you keep together, you don't cut them apart. The second set, you will cut them apart, and you want to make sure that you have enough so that children are going to get a little bit of each. And then they can just come up and they can match them up. So they have the different colors, and you just match the card right on top. Again, this can be also a good small group activity, or as I said, a table activity. Another fun book that I love to read to our 2-year-olds is called Colors in the Cold. And when I found this book, I knew it just had to have some sort of a prop to go with it. So we created it. So I have the snowman here, just like the snowman in the book. And in the book, we are talking about each of these features. So I laminated it, and then I laminated all the pieces. And then I have Velcro here. So as we're reading the story, we can put the pieces on the snowman. And I have it so that here is how he looks. And this is what I had show all the children after he has all his pieces on, so they can compare it. So again, I love books that you can make visual props to because it draws the children in. And you can even, I haven't done this yet, but if you want to, you could even make one of these for each of the children that they can hold while you're reading the book, so that then as you're finished, as you're building your snowman, putting all the pieces on, and you're finished, you can have them hold theirs up and say, do they look the same? So again, this is a fun activity also to talk about colors, because you're saying, what color is his hat? What color is his nose? What color are his mittens? What color are his buttons? You can go into counting, because you can say, how many hats does he have? How many noses? How many mittens? How many buttons? Oh, and don't forget the scarf. How many scarves? So this, every time I share this activity with teachers of toddlers, they come back and tell me how much they love this. So it's not just my class. This is a favorite. Snowman, and he needs some clothes. So this book is called Colors in the Cold. We need to put some clothes on this snowman. In the white, he has a scarf, so he has a green hat and a yellow scarf.
In the white, white winter, I see a snowman with a green hat, a yellow scarf. What color are his mittens? Red. And how many mittens does he have? Two. Oh. What does he have for a nose?
No.
What is it?
Carrot.
A carrot. And who's trying to eat the carrot? Is the deer trying to eat it? All right. Are they the same? Is he dressed now? Yes, we made it. We dressed the snowman.
So these are some ideas on what you can do during your winter circle time. But also remember that sometimes a circle time can be turning on music and letting them dance. And like I said earlier, January tends to be a time when children, depending on where you live, they might not get out as much, so you might have children with a lot of energy. And when this happens, I love to know that I can turn on my January playlist and there are songs that are perfect for dancing, and those are the ones that I will turn on. I'll just say we're not going to do any of these activities right now, we're just going to move. And so that's always my backup plan when I really feel they need to burn some energy. So don't forget to do that. You can even bring out some instruments and you can use those with the songs. Also, when you're going through these circle time activities, please remember that these are going to be for different age groups. So what works for some might not work for others. So for example, I have very young 2-year-olds this year. So we are not doing as much as I might do during other years, and that's fine. I'm taking them where they're at right now. So we will be doing the very simplest of these activities, such as the 5 snowmen jumping on the bed. But you might have children who are a little bit older, who are ready to add a little bit extra. So I wanted to give a variety here so you can pick and choose. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up because that's what helps my channel grow. And if you aren't already, please make sure to subscribe to Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds on YouTube and press that bell icon so that every time I publish a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks for watching.